Good afternoon, everyone. This will be our final press conference before Hurricane Milton actually arrives here in Volusia County. We're anticipating receiving the full effects of Milton starting later tonight, through the night, and the early hours of tomorrow. Many of you have probably already heard that this storm has shifted slightly to the south. Don't let that fool you, however. While this did not increase our community's threats, it didn't decrease them at all either. So the projections of what we are going to receive have not changed significantly since the last time we've had a chance to speak with you. We're already starting to feel the effects of the storm's impacts, and it's only going to get worse from here on out until the storm passes. The effects include the possibility, an increased possibility of tornadoes before we actually get to the full effect of Milton reaching us. So those tornadoes could reach us before the actual storm itself gets here. Based on the current projections, the National Weather Service is telling us we're looking at anywhere from 6 to 8 inches of rain across the county, with locally areas that could receive as much as 15 inches of rain. Wind speeds are likely to be 50 to 60 miles an hour sustained, with gusts potentially getting as high as 80 miles an hour. If you live in an area that has been included in the evacuation order, your time is fast running out to leave these areas. Please don't wait until it's too late. Also, if your home has experienced flooding or almost flooded from previous storms, you're also at risk of flooding from this storm. You may want to consider finding somewhere else to be tonight. Find someplace else to be, friends, family that may live in a safer location. A hotel is also a good option if you're able to do that. If you're not able to exercise any one of these options, please consider going to one of our emergency shelters. If you need a ride to a shelter, Uber is offering free rides to all of our shelters across not only Volusia County, but the entire state. We have opened multiple shelters here in Volusia County in partnership with our Volusia County schools. As of 3 p.m., we have more than 800 people safely staying in our shelters. There's room for plenty more if you need to use these facilities. For the general population, we have Creekside Middle School at 6801 Airport Road in Port Orange. We have University High School at 1000 West Rhode Island Avenue in Orange City. We have DeLand High School at 800 North Hill Avenue in DeLand, which is pet friendly. And we have Mainland High School at 1255 West International Speedway Boulevard in Daytona Beach, which is also a pet friendly shelter. The Volusia County Fairgrounds at 3150 East New York Avenue in DeLand is also open, and that also welcomes pets. In addition to these shelters, there are 2 shelters open for those with special needs that are staffed by healthcare professionals. Special needs shelters are not necessarily for isolated patients or people who need 24-hour dedicated care, a hospital bed, a ventilator, or other complex care. If you're unsure if you need access to a special needs shelter or not, please call our Citizen Information Center, and that number is 866-345-0345. Both of the special needs shelters are pet friendly. Okay? The special needs shelters are at Galaxy Middle School at 2400 Eustis Avenue in Deltona, and David C. Hinson Senior Middle School at 816 North Clyde Morris Boulevard in Daytona Beach. Please bring anything you feel that you might need to help make your stay in these shelters of last resort more comfortable. Pillows, blankets, foods, snacks, medications, a book to read, headphones, or other items that will just increase your comfort level. Emergency shelters provide the basic necessities for your safety, but we want you to bring those items that you feel will help make your stay more comfortable. Unless you're seeking shelter in a safer location, which again, there is very little time left to do, now is the time to hunker down and make any last-minute scans of your home to make sure that you've removed any potential items that may become missiles during the wind, and make sure that your home is as secure as possible. Unless travel is absolutely necessary for safety or medical reasons, please stay off the roads. Now is not the time to be on the roads. If you must travel, use extreme caution. There will be standing water on the road. There will be debris on the roads. Never drive over the debris or standing water. A common question we get is whether or not the intercoastal bridges will close. We do not have an exact time or an exact answer at this point, but more than likely, the wind speeds will reach the level that we will need to restrict access to the barrier islands, and access to those bridges will be restricted. Again, get to where you need to be as soon as possible, and please stay there. Once the storm passes, we will be working with our law enforcement and municipal partners to reopen the roads and bridges as soon as possible. We have fantastic law enforcement. We have fantastic public works crews. They will do everything they can to get you back to the new normal as rapidly as possible after this storm. I will return with some closing words, but I'm going to bring Emergency Services Director Jim Judge up to the podium to provide some additional safety tips to help you ride out the storm safely. Thank you, Jim.
Clint, thank you so very much. For those of you who have a generator on standby in the event of a power outage, which is extremely likely, use them wisely. Never operate them indoors or even in a garage. Keep them a safe distance from your house where the carbon monoxide fumes cannot enter. Remember, the fumes can seep into windowsills and closed doors, and actually we have had fatalities in the past, by improper use of generators, and also quite a few people that ended up in a hyperbaric chamber again, used them inappropriately. Speaking of power outages, have your flashlights and battery-powered lanterns out in an easily accessible spot once the power does go out. Have those extra batteries ready in case you need them as well. We don't recommend using candles or other sources of open flames for lighting, as obviously they present a fire hazard if not properly supervised. While we hope that you don't sustain any damage from the storm, we ask that if you do, please report it to us. There is a feature on our emergency management app where you can upload pictures of the damage, and we'll be posting a link on our website tomorrow morning. You can also report the damage to our Citizens Information Center by calling 866-345-0345. This will help us access the damage and report it to the state and federal authorities, which could expedite the process of being declared a local, federal, and state disaster. However, please don't survey your property or take pictures until it is safe to do so. Once the storm is clears tomorrow, we understand you're going to want to get out and see the effects of the storm, and that you've been in the house for a while and looking for a chance to get out. Please be mindful that there are likely to be lots of debris, roads blocked by debris, potential traffic light outages, and of course, as Clinton mentioned, standing water on the roads. Even after the storm clears tomorrow, we still recommend traveling if only when necessary. Thank you for your time, and now I'd like to bring up our Sheriff, Mike Chitwood.
Good afternoon. Just a reminder for everyone that the curfew will be going into effect tonight at 8 p.m. and we'll reevaluate tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. when the daylight comes up and we see what kind of damage we have and we see how much more time we have to go through the storm and what damaging effects will occur after 8 a.m. The second message is really based on those who are out there who think this is going to be a good opportunity for me to try to enrich myself at somebody else's expense. We are under a state of emergency. If you commit a crime, like 3 knuckleheads tried to do last night in Daytona Beach, you are going to be charged with additional charges and higher grade penalties for trying to commit a crime during a natural disaster. And the last thing I'll touch on is the bridges, everybody's favorite subject. We are limiting access. You can get off of the peninsula, but once the wind speeds reach 40 miles an hour, we will not be permitting anybody onto the peninsula. And keep in mind, as the storm exits us, we have to see what effects are going to occur on the peninsula when the winds now shift into the east and there's going to be storm surge and heavy winds. So as Jim Judge said, I know everybody's tired of being locked in their house. Just give us tonight. Tomorrow is a new day. We're going to get through this together. God bless you all. And with that, Clint.
Thanks, Sheriff. Appreciate that very much. Some additional information. All county-operated sandbag distribution centers are now closed. We also have most of the city-operated sandbag locations are also closed. We applaud and thank our community and our residents for taking this as seriously as you have. as the sheriff and Jim said, we will get through this together, and we have incredible citizens here in Volusia County, and we appreciate you very much. Thank you for taking these preparations seriously. Also, for those who live in the unincorporated areas of the county, please note there will not be any trash collection tomorrow or Friday. If your regular collection day is one of those days, please don't put your trash cans on the curb. Makeup days will be coming, and those days will be communicated as soon as possible. Again, tonight is the night that Hurricane Milton will hit us, okay? Please make sure you continue to stay informed throughout the event. Conditions can rapidly change and rapidly deteriorate. Please use the emergency management app. Follow our social media channels. There's various hyperlinks on volusia.org that you can get additional information from. And also, our Citizens Information Center will be operating throughout the night. And again, that number is 866-345-0345. Our staff is here to help you answer storm-related questions if you need to speak to someone. Again, we will get through this together. It's been stated over and over again. We will be making every attempt to get you back to the new normal on the other side of this storm as rapidly as possible. But please, it's going to take all of us. We ask you to be patient with us, our first responders, our public works and public utilities crews, as they are out there trying to ensure your safety, and it's safe for you to travel back to your homes or travel and reestablish your normal routines. Please give them the courtesy of giving them the space and the time to make sure that we are all in a position where we can enjoy the opposite side of this storm rather than the expectation side of this storm. If we have any questions, I'd be happy to take them now. If not, again, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for taking this situation seriously. I look forward to seeing all of our citizens and all of our visitors on the backside of this storm when the sun's back out again. Thank you very much.